I'm Vanessa, I like salsa, I'm a dancer, You pay fees for my big show in Ibiza, for my leisure. I don't do arguments in my relationships, I'm lit. You don't want me standing on this, then say something, I'm rich. It don't make no sense how I make this, I'm lit. I don't do two-face unless the face card on my wrist. Take my keys, I'm not going home. Please stop blowing up my celly phone. Take my keys, I'm not going home. Please stop blowing up my celly phone.
Ice skate.
It's the National Football League, presented by EA Sports. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30.
Come on, come on. Let's go. Zone in. Lock in, lock in.
So
lock in.
First and 10 now from the 30. They'll start on the ground with Wright, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. They'll go again here with Wright. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction. Makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And every time you step on the field, coaches are always going to talk about how important tackling is in a ball game. In this one, especially so. You can't allow these guys to break free and get extra yards after contact, but that's exactly what happens here. That can't continue as this game goes on.
On play action, now McCarthy. He's got a man, it's his fullback. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Call it a gain of 14 for the 2nd play in a row.
Hold on a second, was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it to slot receivers, but only guys can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now a give, running left is right. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Take him with you then. Take him with you then.
2nd and 5. Now McCarthy. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. McCarthy off the play fake. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the set, and it's going to lead them to 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now 2nd and 5. The slot man in motion right. Now Stroud going to bat it forward on the touch pass. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This now a 3rd and 4. Stroud. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he's going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Flush to his right. And a throw right sideline is complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, grab that dagger play, grab that play and just finish him off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that and continuing to let him throw the football.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing again is Stroud. Looking middle, and that's complete. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Stroud looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning it into points on their side. So now you've got a team working together, and you've got the crowd involved.
Secondary,
On their side in this ballgame.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Here's McCarthy. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And running with power here. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. There go play action. Here's McCarthy. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
One thing you're always worried about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in. They just got to throw this one away.
Here's 2nd and 10. A give up the middle to right. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Escaping the play.
He
can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. DeForest Buckner gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and the Lions will take over.
I'm out of action again. These niggas ain't. I'm out of action.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, it worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Stroud. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
And he's got it down to the 28.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Slot man moves right. Here's a tap forward by McCarthy on the touch pass. Inside the 10. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Josh Downs, 28 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short at the sticks.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now Stroud. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First and 10, Taylor now. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Here's a 2nd and 5. A shotgun snap to Stroud. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Throwing now is Stroud. Flushed out right. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They'll run here with Taylor. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Stroud keeps it, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Lions have taken the lead.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Prater for the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. To the air with McCarthy. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Hassan Reddick just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. McCarthy operating from the gun. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is McCarthy. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players, and glad to have you because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Stroud to throw it. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And he has a big gain inside.
You gotta attack that, son. Like, you gotta attack
That one,
that.
a gain of 20 and a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And Stroud now to throw. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up. Again, it's Stroud. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
In motion goes the tight end. Again, he'll drop to throw. Rolling to his right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. A line of scrimmage once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. They'll look to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit.
Oh, Bishop. Why?
As the first half is
Like, what are they doing? Like, what are they doing?
Just before halftime.
Oh, Bishop was in
Extra point good by Prater, and it's now 21-7.
Yeah, man, I gotta fix the second down.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
There's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Second and 10. Back to throw. McCarthy. That's caught. Andre Yoshivas. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. A final shot before break. McCarthy. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. First half in the books.
Yeah, man. I gotta make something shake, man.
EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And a nifty all the way across the 40.
One thing I know for sure, the standard speech is to treat the game like it's tied. But when you have an advantage, they also tell you, make sure you don't get your foot off the gas. Message received.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Stroud out of the gun here. That is caught by Laporta. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
And now we get into the
man.
the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Stroud, he's going to audible to something else. On play action, they'll throw. Looking for a slot man, and he's got him. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
What about how you? I'm good. Friday, we made it.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A gain of 3, 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that.
I
If
got
they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, Stroud. And he's got his man. It's caught for the Lion touchdown. A.J. Brown from 17 yards out. And the Lions continue to show why it pays to play at home.
Oh, man.
Season as they hang on to their lead. Prater for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And no run back here. It's going to be
season on the line. Steve down 21, up 21 last time, down 21 this time. Season on the line. Yes.
And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Season on the line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Yeah. Like, careful.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Throw out right, pulled in by Downs. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Now McCarthy. That's going to be taken in by Downs. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. There's a short one caught by Johnson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. McCarthy going to throw again. Eluding the pressure. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. J.J. McCarthy. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Running lanes ran a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 38 now, here's second down and 2. Again, it's Taylor. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter. No time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Stroud looking to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down, and then some.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Lions holding on to the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4.
That's okay.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now they change things up. Stroud will throw it. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Here's Stroud. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Vikings are right back in this football game. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, a 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round, and they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. Working out of the gun is McCarthy.
Nigga!
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway.
Yeah, man.
Want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
On the handoff, Taylor. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Got to figure now after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 46 yards rushing for the ball game now on 14 carries.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back that feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead. You're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Wasn't on the defense, boys.
It'll be 2nd down.
This is where coaches have to spend a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try and run, Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jonathan Taylor, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are moving closer to a date now. The NFC Championship game is able to extend this fourth quarter lead. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, now is Prater to kick. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
I'm not out.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice, long, soaking hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that will wound up incomplete. Now it's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw McCarthy. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Third down from the gun, McCarthy. Escaping the pressure right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Well, he was looking at a dime formation, 6 defensive backs on the field, so he's looking for anyone anyone to throw the football to, but he didn't have anyone open, so he took off and ran for it, but he came up just short, and that brings up 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. That is caught. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
What? That one happened. Dollar.
To the air with McCarthy. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Saying what it needs to be. 14 points.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference. They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 33. So the deep ball giveth, and now the deep ball taketh away.
Man, you're getting deep on me here. I like that. Going to the next level and what you're thinking. And when you think about all the success he's had throwing the football so far, sometimes when you're doing that, you think you're invincible out there. But he was given a cold dose of reality on that throw.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Throwing is McCarthy. Dancing to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's McCarthy. Here as he's taken down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. Now 3rd down and very long. McCarthy operating from the gun. Here's a diving catch right side. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in the game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Going for it. Here's McCarthy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So the drive stays alive after the fourth down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. But after this one's done, you just feel like in the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the air again, McCarthy. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. How about them biting up 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Sticking with the pass, here's McCarthy. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Marvin Harrison Jr. from 13 yards out. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will be cut down to 14. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. That one looks like he'll throw here. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Well, this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone, but the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
And Stroud now to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Riley Moss. And the Vikings are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
The Minnesota offense are not ready to get this next drive underway. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better, and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Connected with Johnson. And he'll have a quick first down here as he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And unable to connect. It's incomplete. And the clock stopped at 8 seconds.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations, and you've often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Throwing again, McCarthy. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this.